All right, welcome to another Energy Boom 101. We're spinning around from the greatest mural ever in the Plaid. Out upon Boom you can see it in the background there. Today was, this, by the way, Energy Boom 101 being the confluence where crude and cannabis meet. And we are wanting to give you, that's a nice little shot, by the way. Check out the water tower, that onion head in the background. So what we're going to do is check out the stocks on Wall Street that are either crude oil related or are cannabis related, and we follow what's known as the Four-Leaf Clover, which is a collection of 4 stocks. Just sort of waiting for that young lady to move on. Thank you. Lovely. Check this out. Here comes the Four-Leaf Clover, since we can get some focus from our lovely camera here. There it is. Okay, so the Four-Leaf Clover, and we're trying to get some focus for you kids, but you can tell what it is. It's hemp, cannabis science, medical marijuana, and grow life, and that was a big exhale today, I would say. They're all down. What we want to do now is maybe check in and see if we can learn what's going on. You never can, but it's always nice just to go through and point out to you. Let's look at hemp, for example. Let's look at this thing, and let's see if there's any crazy things, any articles. It appoints a new head of investor relations. Huh, that's interesting. Holland dives deeper in industrial hemp. Hemp. So there's so much stuff on here, I wouldn't even know where to start, and I sure don't understand it. But what I can tell you is that hemp has appointed a new head of investor relations. That's interesting. Let's read this just to see who the cat was previously with. Might be sort of fun if it's some big name. Who would know? Hemp announced today the appointment of Jerry Cornwell as head of investor relations. Jerry Cornwell has an extensive background in investor relations and has also been the managing member of Bristol Media, which he incorporated in 1992 as a New York investor relations firm. His more than 26 years of experience encompasses investor relations for Fortune 100 companies to over-the-counter startups, with a primary focus on communicating with current and potential shareholders. Moreover, Cornwell has years of experience guiding companies to institutional funding, SEC attorneys, contract attorneys, accounting and auditing firm. Blah. I don't know anything about this guy. He may, but that would be something to look into for hemp. So that's the big news today on hemp. Why don't we look at old cannabis science, see if anything crazy is going on with cannabis science. Let's see here. Cannabis science applauds unprecedented United States federal government approval of university study of medical. Okay, great. These guys are really cranking out just press release every day. So once again, nothing of substance from this end other than cannabis science was down 9% today, which just continues the mania of going up and down, up and down, up and down. Going to be pretty volatile for a while, kids, so put on your life jacket. Who should we check out next? How about medical marijuana? They're sort of the poster child of this whole thing. They were down 3% today. No huge movement there. Oh, by the way, volume of 10 million shares. Not bad. Any big news here? Yeah, medical marijuana and Livewire Ergogenics signed memorandum of understanding to develop Hempwire LLC. Who knows? I can't keep up with this. Anyway, medical marijuana today down 3%. And that leaves us finally with our Grow Life. We love Grow Life. Now, they took it on the chin today, down 14%. That's a pretty good little punch there, but that's how these babies trade. Everyone knows that. Grow Life down 14% on 15 million shares of volume. Let's see if there's any big news there. No, other than Grow Life and RXNB mutually extend the date of closing of their strategic partnership. Okay, great, whatever that is. Read about it, kids, if you want to. Anyways, that is the overview of the Four-Leaf Clover today. The only one that really had big movement was Grow Life, down 14%. We did learn a little bit about hemp. They have a new investor relations, which is always a pretty important thing, so you can check that out if you want to. And that's basically how the market's traded today in the Four-Leaf Clover. As far as that's the cannabis end of the confluence here at Boom U. And today from Cafe Plaid, which is empty right now, but I suspect over time we'll see it fill up a little. You never can tell. Still the greatest mural ever. So why don't we just check out the crude oil side of things at the confluence, and there's probably a lot going on there. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're just going to see, I know that there's some pretty big announcements today. For example, Tom Ward, who is with Sandridge Energy. By the way, those are the bells that boom you in the background. You know what? We got to go out there and capture this. Let's do it. Let's get crazy. Hang on. Oh, that was perfect. I would say you got 6 counts, you got 6 bells coming, plus you got a badass stang right here. So this is a pretty good shot of Boom U right here. You got a pretty menacing looking stang, and here come the bells, which we heard 6 of them. Oh, there it is. That's pretty good. Now, I think we'll probably go back inside, so prepare yourself, get some Dramamine in your head. We will allow the bells to bring us into this session of what's happening in the crude oil markets. As I was telling you earlier, big news on Tommy Ward was with Sandridge Energy. Tommy Ward and Aubrey McClendon founded Chesapeake, and then they did some splits, and Tommy Ward went out to Amarillo and bought a little company called Riata, brought it here, called it Sandridge, and then was promptly shown the door when a few hedge funds didn't appreciate his approach. But anyway, he's back. He just bought 600,000 acres in the Mississippi line from Shell for his company Tapstone, and we're going to take a look at that right now because it's probably a pretty cool thing that you want to read about. So I will highlight. Here's one of them right here. This is from Motley Fool, so I'll highlight this. You kids can go read about it. Former Sandridge Energy CEO Tommy Ward is back and ready for redemption. And then there's a Seeking Alpha piece that talks about it, and I'm sure we'll probably find that somewhere, but you never can tell. Sandridge is an interesting company to follow. A lot of people think they're a great little value play. There's a cat out of Canada that's got I think he's got a 15% stake in them. Prem Watsa, the Canadian Warren Buffett, whatever that means. But anyway, so that's the big news on old Sandridge Energy. Didn't do a whole lot today. Tommy Ward's back in the camp, and I think the next one we'll take a look at here. I believe there was some pretty big news on Continental, maybe? Yeah, this is pretty dang interesting. So you know Continental, big Oklahoma City company, drills in the Bakken, the Army of the Bakken. Hank Ham has that. Here's an interesting thing you may want to check out. It's a video. It says Harold Hamm may lose company control in divorce. That was issued March 21st. I sort of doubt that, but that's a really interesting story to think about. Harold Hamm, who runs Continental and has 75% of the outstanding shares, is going through a divorce, and apparently, perhaps his soon-to-be ex-wife is challenging ownership of the company. I don't know. Who knows? I don't even know where you're watching this show, but watch that. Continental at $120 a share. If they can get some of this divorce stuff behind them, they'll probably start chugging again. Now, Continental also, by the way, drills the Scoop here, the South Central Oklahoma Oil Province. Great name on that one. Let's see what else we got going in the confluence that is here in Oklahoma. Continental, located up in Oklahoma City. There was also some news, I believe, from Devon. Yeah, big news on Devon. I think they've had a lot of good press lately. Check this out. Oh, by the way, real quick, here's the other Seeking Alpha article on the Mississippi line with Tommy Ward. There it is, Mississippi line, Tommy Ward's 600,000 acre comeback. They're both calling them, comebacks. Those are strong terms. Anyways, read this thing, kids. It'll be fun to read, and then you can tell me about it sometime. Let's take a look at Devon, though. Let's see. Here's one of them. Devon Energy, can this energy company finally break out? Devon gets tons of really good press right now because they're basically probably getting ready to break out. You can just go to Yahoo Finance and check out all the articles that are very favorable. 2 undervalued energy stocks you can buy today. Motley Fool. Blah, 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 blah. Here's what you need to know about Devon Energy. Anyway, they're getting a lot of favorable coverage. They may break out. Who knows? What'd they do today? What did old Devon do today? Not much, staying at $63, but they'll probably move pretty good. Devon, I bet Devon could end the year. We're making a call here, folks, at 10 minutes into it. Where are we at? $63, $64. Is it 2014? And hell, they still got 9 months to run. Yeah, they could move pretty good. I bet they could move pretty good. I don't know where they'll settle the year at. Maybe $90. I don't know. Let's see. That'd be a 50% increase in 9 months. That's pretty good return on your money if it happens. Let's see what happens. Let's make a call. Let's come back and check Devon. New Year's Eve, 2014. Let's hope they're at $90 a share, but who knows? That's some news on Devon. I consider them to be the favorite in Oklahoma City as far as maybe the best investment. Although Chesapeake will do really well too, speaking of, because they're also sitting in white and done cork. Chesapeake, the Chesapeake Buyers Club at the Wall Street Journal, that could be damn interesting. Now remember, right below that is why investing in Chesapeake Energy is not a good idea. Chesapeake Energy's hidden Haynesville potential, who knows? All I know is that I'm going to stick with my broad theme, which is that McClendon gathered a shitload of assets, and they will slowly but surely sell them off, which will make them a bunch of money, and it won't affect their cash flows, and then they'll probably have their share price appreciate considerably. But we'll see. You know what, though? I'm dying to look into this right here. Chesapeake's an old favorite of mine. Let's check this out. The Chesapeake Buyers Club. Look at this, by Daniel Gilbert of the Wall Street Journal. Chesapeake Energy's stock has lost steam lately, falling about 6% over the last 6 months, compared with a 10% rise in Standard & Poor's 500. But Chairman Archie Dunham is still a buyer. Check this out. Mr. Dunham, 75. I think maybe President Barack Obama is coming into the spirit. You never can tell. Mr. Dunham, 75, served himself another helping of Chesapeake shares last week to the tune of $1.4 million. So Archie just bought another $1.4 million worth of Chesapeake shares. Only two insiders have spent more buying Chesapeake shares in the last decade, and that is McClendon and Tom Ward. There's some great stuff here. Mr. McClendon, who spent $421 million. Too bad that wasn't $420 million. We could connect crude and consciousness right here. Buying shares between 2003 and 2011, had to sell most of his stock in 2008 to meet a margin call. Yeah, because 2008 was when the world collapsed, so don't go so hard on them, folks. Mr. Dunham isn't the only board member buying. All told, Chesapeake's directors have spent $27 million buying shares since June of 2012. I gotta tell you, kids, I sort of like what's going on with Chesapeake. I bet they as well could end the year pretty strong. Who knows? Broad overviews. Anyways, go read this. Wall Street Journal. You gotta love them. Any other big news in some big Oklahoma companies? There's too many to follow. We know that. You've got, we talked about Devon and Chesapeake and Sandridge and Continental. Those are the sort of the big four up there in Oklahoma City. Tulsa's got some good ones too. We love Unit. We love WPX. We love Apache. It's one of our favorites. We love Osage. Speaking of, are they going to get it going? Come on. They're at $1.19. I ain't playing games. Although the volume today was 95,000. I think they should break out pretty soon. We'd love to give you a breakout dispatch when they break out. Anyway, we're getting close to our 15 minutes allotment here that the lawyers told us we could not go over. Other than pretty soon here, we're just going to do a full-blown show, a 1-hour show, I think. And I'm going to return you back to a glorious shot at Boom U, and going to sign off with the thought that we've given you a nice overview of how the how Wall Street traded the confluence today. You heard from the Four-Leaf Clover. We continue to reiterate that the marijuana market is probably a bit of a mania right now that's best observed as fireworks and learned as information gathering. So a year from now, you can probably make much better investments and have much better opportunities to make some pretty good fortunes, I bet. By the way, a couple crazy kids flying kites. How's that for Minds on Fire? Those nutty kids out there flying kites. We're going to sign off here pretty quick and let you know that the next dispatch, maybe tonight or maybe tomorrow, there's a lot of information going on. We can't keep up with it, so don't listen to this show anymore. 3, 2, 1, boom, see ya.